Hello everybody, it is the one and only True Plusner, and today I'm going to be showing you a little tutorial on how to make an easy reloading animation from Blender into Unity. So first things first, you're going to import whatever gun you're using. So this is one of the ones that I've made. You could find one online if you want to, whatever floats your boat. And the first thing you're going to want to do is separate the magazine and any other objects that are going to move from the main gun. So the easiest way to do this is if you have it as a different object, just go Control L and that'll select all the links, and then you can separate it by selection. And boom. Now we're going to rename this to Mag just to keep things easy. Now if it's not separated by linked, you can easily just click up here so you can see through the faces. Select the face one, and then boom, you can just do stuff like that. It'll take a little bit longer, but it'll work either way. So now that you have the two separated, we're good to go ahead into animation. So first things first, whenever we're doing an animation, we're gonna want to make sure we have both of them selected for now, just because when we move them, we want the mag to move for the first little bit and then fly off like it's being reloaded. So we're going to make an iframe here. Now we're going to move ahead to, let's say, 10. And all we're going to do is just rotate the both of them like so. Pull the gun up a bit like that. Let's see how this looks. Yep, that looks good. And then we're going to have the mag fly out as if it's getting reloaded. So now we're just going to select the magazine and then move it sure, like so. So make sure to move it enough out of the way that the player won't be able to see it. So I always go overboard with it. And then make sure to keyframe it. So you should have, yep, there we go. And the easiest way to do it is just duplicate, or actually make sure to select both of them. Now duplicate the one here, pull that over to 30, and then duplicate the one here and pull that over to 40. So now this should be a fairly simple animation, but that's all we want. Yep, there we go. So this will be the reloading, and we can make adjustments to it later if need be. This is just for example. So now up here, if you don't have this, it might look like this. So you're going to click at the top here and go to nonlinear animation, okay? So you're going to make sure to push down the actions, because if you don't do that, it might not work. So now we're going to push it down here. This is barrel. So we're just going to name this gun reload. Now push this one down here and just rename this one Meg reload. There we go. And now we're just going to test to make sure it's all good. Yep, that's looking good. Alrighty. You can also adjust the keyframes here by going over to the render thing and then changing frame start and frame end, because that'll also be important in Unity. So now we're good to go ahead and export your files. Alrighty, so now that we got all this taken care of, we're going to want to export it as two different files. So one will be just the magazine and the other will be the gun part. So the easiest way to do this is to go File and then Save As, and save another copy of the .blend just in case you need it. So this one's going to be called AR-gun blend. We're going to click Save As, and we'll File, Save As, AR-mag.blend. Trust me, this is a lifesaver if anything goes wrong, because then you don't have to worry about restarting your progress and having to go back. So now we're open with AR Mag, and so what we're going to want to do is actually delete the gun part. So the easiest way to do this, object mode, yep, and just click X, delete selected object. Now you should just have the mag, and it should do its thing. Yep, awesome. Okay, so this is good. We're going to go File, Export, FBX, put this wherever, make sure it's named AR Mag, just for later. Under Animation, uncheck all actions and force start end, because you do have the NLA there, and click Export FBX. Now you're going to want to do the same thing except with the gun, and save changes to that, Now we're going to open AR gun, and here we go. And now we're going to do the same thing except opposite, delete the mag, and have just the gun left. And now we can go export, FBX, go down to animation, uncheck these two, and make sure it's in the same spot. You save the mag just to make it easier on yourself, and there you go. So now we're ready to go into Unity. Now we're in Unity. I just opened up one of the example projects that I've been working on, and so the easiest thing to do is we're going to create a new folder. Just name this AR, SMG, whatever gun you're doing, and then the best way to do this is honestly just to drag and drop the two files into the folder, just like so. So now you have the two of them here. What you can do is you can shift click the two of them and drag them out, and you should have them together like this. Awesome. Now that's exactly what we wanted. So the mag is where we had it in Blender, and it's fitting nicely into the gun. So now the next step is over here. We're going to want to click under the action, the animation part, and Control D. This will duplicate it. Okay. So barrel action, we can actually rename this to something else. We're just gonna name this gun reload, and then go over to mag and do the same thing. Control D, and we'll rename this to mag reload. There we go. Alrighty. Now go over here and make sure to click the root folder, and it might show up on our model. So click animation, and then uncheck the import animation button. Then uncheck import animation. Troubleshooting. I figured out what was going wrong because my gun kept importing like this, and then the actual gun part wouldn't move at all. So I wanted to just make this little part of the tutorial as well, just so you guys don't run into the same thing. So what I did was, for some reason, instead of clicking on the actual object, and you see up here it changes from AR gun to AR mag, I clicked it again and then it changed to the object. So do not click it again and change it to the object, just click it once so it changes here. So if it's highlighted orange, you do not want that. You want it just to be highlighted just like so, because for some reason that messes it up. I'm fairly new at Unity, so I apologize if there's anything I miss here, but I just don't want you guys to be scratching your heads like I've been for the past last half hour. So yeah, just click it here and then drag the gun reload there, and it'll make a controller, and then do the same for the mag. And now if everything works, we should be able to click play and then go back to scene, and it will do its thing. So now fingers crossed it works. There we go. Look at that. And we got an animation. One final thing just before I go. If you want to actually edit the animations, make sure to click on the object and check the apply root motion. For some reason, if this is unchecked, you can't actually edit the animation. Now go over down to the animation tab here. If it's not there, double click on the animation widget, and then you can drag it down here, and you can freely play it and preview it, and then you can basically record. So that means you can move around different keyframes, and you can move it yourself too, and that will make keyframes here. And so you can freely edit it without having to import it back to Blender. So I think that's about it. That is my little tutorial on how to animate reload animations from Blender to Unity. So yeah, this took me a really long time to try to figure out, so I figured I'd make a condensed version and upload it for you guys. So if this helped, make sure to leave a comment down below. And other than that, have fun making your game, and I will see you all soon. Alrighty, bye bye!